There is a sign on the door.
So
And what makes you think I've been in there?
That's the property. No trespassing.
Yes, that's my sign I put up.
So you're the owner of this property?
I am.
What is your name? You got a driver's license on you.
I do.
Can I get that from you?
I'm not driving.
You were just driving.
Not on the street.
Sir, ma'am, I need you to stand over there.
On November 29, 2022, the City of Ogden Police Department, located in Utah, responded to a residence following a call from a concerned neighbor who believed a foreclosure notice was affixed to the front door of a nearby property. They expressed concern that there may be potential squatters attempting to move into the home. Contrary to the initial perception, the signage in question was not indicative of a foreclosure. Rather, it constituted a non-occupancy notice from the Weber Morgan Health Department. This notice specifically pertained only to the basement of the property due to a chemical contamination. Upon the officer's arrival, the elderly couple who owned the property clarified that the home was not in foreclosure. Regrettably, despite this clarification, it appears that some officers either struggled to comprehend the nature of the notice or chose to disregard its actual content. This observation suggests a potential reluctance on their part to acknowledge the sign did not pertain to a foreclosure. It is also disturbing that multiple officers, even after inspecting the sign, either failed to grasp its significance or opted to overlook the accurate information it conveyed. One may even infer the latter scenario is more plausible. The officers seemed set on getting the identification from the occupants, and they were not going to squander the perfect opportunity to do so by properly doing their job.
Hey.
What can I do for you, sir?
So are you guys supposed to be here?
Supposed to be where?
This house.
Our kid just came from the garage.
Your kid came from the garage?
I just came from the garage.
Yeah, is this your residence?
Yeah, that's my house. That's my garage.
Okay,
What are you doing?
we got a complaint that this house was foreclosed on?
No, the house isn't foreclosed on.
Alright. You guys mind hanging tight for a second?
Well, I've got to go.
Where you gotta go? What's that?
What difference does that
It's closed
make
to
where I gotta
occupancy?
go?
So, yeah, you guys should not be here.
What do you mean I shouldn't
So
be?
there's a closed to occupancy.
I was back in the back.
Well, for this property.
No, it doesn't
Closed
say
for
that.
Yes, it does. It's on the front door. Partner just told me that. Hey! Shut your car off.
No!
We need to get this settled.
No!
Sir?
You're trespassing.
No. Get out of the car. Come on. Come on. Out of the car.
Now, what's with you?
We're getting down to what's going on here, all right? We got a call.
I am leaving. I've got a place to go.
Hey, it doesn't matter. We got this to take care of right now.
What is this?
Where's...
Am I under arrest?
No, sir.
Then am I free to go?
No, you are not free to go. You are detained right now. We're trying to investigate.
If I'm not under
what is
arrest,
your name?
I'm free to go.
No, you are not. You are detained right now for investigation.
For what?
Ma'am,
What investigation? For hell's sakes, you dumb shit!
if you stop yelling, I'm trying to explain to you. We got a complaint from the neighbor. Said his house has been foreclosed on. No one should be here.
It has
You
not
guys
been.
are here.
It
And
has-
there is a no occupancy sign on the door as per my partner there.
There is a sign on the door.
So
And what
you
makes you think I've been in there?
that's the property. No trespassing.
Yes, that's my sign I put up.
So you're the owner of this property.
I am.
What is your name? You got a driver's license on you.
I do.
Can I get that from you?
I'm not driving.
You were just driving.
Not on
I
the
need
street.
Sir, ma'am, I need you to stand over there.
Okay, you have to identify yourself.
You need
It's
to
required
identify
by law. It
yourself.
doesn't matter if you're
I
back
don't
there.
have to identify myself.
Yes,
I don't have to say one
Yes,
damn thing
you
to
do.
you.
That's fine.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I have the right to remain
Because
silent.
guess what? Maybe you're not the owner, and we don't know that. If this was your house, you would want us to investigate, right? If people are hanging around your house, maybe you're some random person. I don't know that.
Maybe I am.
Okay, so we're going to figure that out.
I will show you my driver's license.
Perfect.
I will not give it to you.
Okay, you need that.
There it is.
Your name, your date of birth, and your address.
Sir?
Hey,
I told you I wasn't giving it to you.
Well, I took it.
Upon being requested to produce his license, the property owner conveyed, "I will show you my driver's license, but I will not give it to you." Nevertheless, the officer then swipes the driver's license from his hand. Keep in mind, in the state of Utah, that a driver does not have to hand his driver's license to the officer. He only needs to display it. Utah Title 53-3-217. A licensee shall display his license certificate upon demand of a justice of peace, a peace officer, or a field deputy or inspector of the division. When the man who was identified as Mr. Breen tried to reclaim it, cops responded with an excessive use of force, resulting in Mr. Breen being shoved against his vehicle and eventually slammed to the ground. This resulted in brutal injuries that will be discussed in detail shortly. Throughout the unfolding of this incident, the recorded dialogue captures Mr. Bream reiterating, "I told you I wasn't going to give it to you," while the officer persistently chides, "Don't grab me." Simultaneously, Mr. Bream's distressed wife became audibly agitated, emitting screams as her husband grappled with the younger officers. She yells, "He is ill," and then, in heightened distress, declares he is dead, as her husband is subdued on the ground while being handcuffed. Faced with an overwhelming fear and uncertainty about the unfolding events, the wife then runs to the local church, which was the intended destination prior to the occurrence of the illegal stop.
Get on your knees and stand you up, all right? 1, 2, 3, stand up, sir. All right.
Okay, you got my driver's license, you know who I am.
Need 'em?
we can go put them on the hood of our car or have our. Where's that other unit? For someone a while ago. Just move them out of the way.
Come on.
For my
What
body
are you
camera.
doing?
We're coming out this way. Coming out this way.
Now, where'd she run off to?
That?
Where'd she go?
I don't know. So, this house was foreclosed on. You're not
it
supposed to
isn't.
be here.
It's not foreclosed on.
All right.
I pay the taxes on it, and it's not foreclosed.
Okay. So since you're saying this is your residence, are you the owner,
I
renter?
am the owner.
Your name's on the deed?
It is.
Okay.
It's under a trust, and I am the trustee.
Alright, go.
Can you wait with him for a second? We're gonna pull our car up.
Yep.
And ask where she is.
Will you give me my license back, please?
In a second. Reason to confer. We are going to cite you with interference with an officer.
I'm not going to accept that.
That's fine. You don't need to sign. We have between 5 and 14 business days. Contact the courts to get it set up, to get it taken care of. No sooner than 5 business days, no later than 14 business days.
Doesn't that say this is not an information and will not be used in information without your permission?
No, this is
Doesn't
your
it say
citation.
that?
This is your citation.
You don't have to sign.
You don't have to sign.
It's not an admission of guilt.
Yeah, it's not an admission of guilt. It's
acknowledging
just saying you'll acknowledge, you'll contact the courts to get it taken care of. Like I said, no sooner than 5 business days,
Would
no
you-
later than
Would you
14.
read that bottom right there for
Where do you
for
need?
me?
Right here?
No, further down. Read that, please.
This citation is not information, will not be used as information without your consent. If an information is filled and you're provided a copy of the court, you must appear court on or before the time set of this citation. If you fail to appear to court, an issue warrant will be
Okay,
issued for your
so
arrest.
I want an information. That's what I'm saying. I'm
So,
not accepting
like I
it.
said, no sooner than 5 business days, no later than 14 days. If you wait longer than 14 days, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. I recommend contacting the court.
Why Why did you come here in the first place?
Well, I told you why, Mr.
We
Brim.
told you why we
Said
came.
this place is foreclosed, and you know it isn't.
Just get the cuffs.
Just
Yeah. All right.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Not gonna fight when these come off, are you?
Fight?
Hey, just,
How the hell am I
just-
going to fight? I'm a 78-year-old man.
just grab the post right there, Mr. Brim.
What?
Let's get this handcuffs
Grab
off
your
you.
post. Get the
Pull out
cuffs off.
post. We don't want you to fall.
So Mr. Brim suffered permanent rotator's cuff damage. He had lacerations to his face and his head. He also had bruises all over his body thanks to officers at the Ogden Police Department located in Utah. He was charged with interfering with an officer, and Mr. Brim later stated that he may have been too confrontational, but he was upset that night. But one thing that we know for certain is this: that is not illegal. Being rude or saying what you feel you need to say to officers is a constitutionally protected activity. Nowhere in the video when Mr. Brim attempted to grab his driver's license back from the officer who snatched it from him initially, nowhere can we see Mr. Brim grabbing the officer. But I want you to pay attention to something, and this is what a lot of officers do. You hear the cop saying, "Don't grab me, don't grab me," and he's repeating that over and over again. What he is actually doing is building a case. He knows that Mr. Brim never grabbed him, but he is using excessive force. So in order to cover his tracks, he's stating out loud for the camera to pick up, "Don't grab me." So later, when it's time to explain why he did what he did, he could state, well, Mr. Brim or the suspect attempted to grab me and it was a necessary use of force. This is all planned, and this is how officers operate. A lawsuit was filed, and as of November 2023, we are still waiting for the outcome. As for the Ogden Police Department, they are standing on all charges, stating that they did nothing wrong. This is why it's always important to make sure you record the police, know your rights, and fight back the legal way. That being said, we the People University, signing off.